Fluency in a language is developed gradually. The teachers should not expect that the students are going to be fluent just after speaking for a month or two. The teachers must understand the fact that it is a foreign language and it has to be developed with patience. The teacher needs to be very patient in a speaking language classroom, because the speaking language classroom needs a lot of the action coming from the students, and the teacher needs to be patient to listen to them, understand what they really need to develop upon, look at their weaknesses and look at their strengths. And it would be sort of a one-to-one interaction between the teacher when it is a speaking language classroom. So the teacher needs a lot of patience to observe the speaking skills of the students. And she should not be expecting that the students are going to get fluent in just 1 month's time. But of course, she can notice that after a few months that the students are getting better in fluency. And as they become older and they become habitual of using the language, the fluency level automatically improves. And by the time they go to the secondary school and then they go to the higher level, they just pick up all the fluency that is required. But if we as teachers discourage them that they are not being fluent in the language, they might stop at the level that they are. They might not go ahead because they might get a message that they cannot improve on their fluency. In order to get the students fluent, it is very important not to cut their conversation in between, not to interrupt them. You can always provide them facilitation by providing them a word or a vocabulary. But instead of doing it at that moment when they are speaking, it is a better idea to provide the vocabulary words on the walls, on the screen, on the board, or on the extra resources in the classroom, so that they are confident that they have enough bank of vocabulary to depend on, and they are independent learners and they would be able to speak by themselves. It is not even a bad exercise to provide the words verbally at the moment when they want to. Sometimes the students, they do accept it and they do not react on the fact that the teacher interrupted and gave them a helping word. But sometimes it proves to be not a very good exercise to provide them words or intervene at the time of the conversation that is going on. Sometimes it has also been noticed that the students, they become nervous while they are speaking, and the fluency is hindered because of that nervousness. In that case, the teacher needs to be very patient and act naturally, and can give them some time and space to think of the words and carry on. In case the teacher is just being anxious to get the words from the student's mouth, then the student would become more nervous. The teacher can get engaged in any other thing at that moment when the student is hesitating to speak. Or she may ask another question to the student to let him feel relaxed and comfortable about the fact. That question should, of course, not be a difficult one, because that difficulty is further going to add to the difficulty the student is already facing. The question asked should be the one which would be relaxing. It can be a comment on what he has been telling the teacher, and that comment again has to be a positive one, not a critical one. It is very important